What is rule of thirds? What is composition? Let's talk a little bit about it and let's discuss it in depth. Hello everybody, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I'd like to talk to you about a very important aspect in your photography, and that is the composition and the rule of thirds. We all know that we discussed before, in a few videos about the exposure, and that was one of the most important things, to advance your photography, to understand exposure and to control exposure. Now this video is about understanding composition, and in composition the golden rule of the composition is the rule of thirds. Now what is rule of thirds and why is it important? Now you have to understand the importance of composition in your photography, because there are some tips and tricks, what you have to apply in your images, that it will be pleasing to your eyes, when you look at the picture. And this is the rule of thirds. You can see in the picture, what is rule of thirds. You can see in the screen over here that there are these lines, two vertical lines and two horizontal lines, and these lines are dividing your picture. They are dividing your picture in 9 equal pieces. So as you can see, there are some red dots, where the lines crosses each other. There are these red dots on the picture, and those are the points where you should put your subject. Now this is the rule of thirds, that they divide your picture in 3 area, 3 area of the picture, and you should pose or put your subject all the time on one of these 4 points, or 2 points, like 2 points on the left side, 2 points on the right side. It doesn't really matter, it's up to you and your creativity, but it should be like approximately there. Why it should be there? Well, as you can see on this picture, statistics say that 41% of the users, focus here first, longest. So if somebody look at the picture, at any picture, 41% of the people will look at the left top corner of the where the red dot is, on the left top corner. So then 20% will look on the right top corner, 25% on the left bottom corner, and 14% on the right bottom corner. So what is important over here, that if your subject is not exactly in the middle, it's a little bit on the side, either on the left side or on the right side, it will be much more pleasing to your eyes. It's not as plain, let's say, as if you just place your subject in the middle. Now here you have to understand something else again, that in portraits, the example, it's not just that where you place your subject, it's also how you place your subject. Because you can place your subject like in after the rule of thirds, a little bit on the left or a little bit on the right, but it's also important how you place the subject over there, because it's another, let's say, a golden rule, that your subject will never look out of the picture. So if you place your subject, let's say, on the left side of the picture, then your subject should look toward the right, to inside of the picture. You can see I will place a picture in the screen here, and you will see what I'm talking about. So the subject always have to look in the picture, not out of the picture. If the subject looks out of the picture, it will be strange. It will be not so pleasing to your eyes. It will be actually weird, let's say. So most important is that your subject should look in the picture, not out of the picture. Now as you can see in these pictures, it's not always has to be the left or right side, and the subject has to be big. The subject has to be small as well, and then you can put on the left bottom side or the right bottom side, or left top side, right top side. But what is important, like I told you with portraits, that to place your subject in such a way that it is pleasing to your eyes. Now again with landscapes, how do you compose your landscapes? Now here again, if we talk a little bit about landscapes, you can see that in some landscapes, you can compose your images like more sky in the picture and less scenery, let's say less land, like forests and everything. Or on the other hand, you can compose like less sky in the picture and more scenery in the picture. So it's up to your creativity, but I would say how I like to do it, I like to get some nice dramatic skies, in my photo, and I would like to emphasize, with the sky, the drama, in the picture. And I will place in the screen a few of my photos, about some castles, and you can see that the sky is very important in the picture. It's actually I would say that 60% of the picture, it's the sky, what it makes really nice. And again here, like I discussed in exposure, it is very important to know how to set the exposure and how to set your camera, to get the right sky, because it's not really easy to get the right sky. And if you are not a good photographer, if you are just I would say a point and shooter, you can't really get a good sky. So that's why you have to know the first rule, which is the understanding composition, to be able to do this. Otherwise you will not be able to get a good sky. And I don't like some photographers, they will change the sky, in Photoshop after that, in post-processing. I don't like to do that. No, if I want to get a sky, then I will get a sky, and then I don't do it in Photoshop. Sometimes when I'm shooting even portraits, sometimes, and I say to the couple, look, would you like to get this sky in your pictures? Yes, okay. If you would like to do that, then when I tell you now we go, then you have to be flexible, and then we go, because then we will go when the sky is right, when we see nice dramatic clouds on the sky, and not obviously an overcast day or not a bright sunny day when there is no sky and no clouds in the sky, So it's not easy to get it, but if you work hard and if you try, you can get it. And like I said, most importantly, you have to understand how to set your exposure and your camera to get the right sky. So I think that this is important, and this is very, very important, how you place your subject in a picture, because that will determine if your picture will be pleasing to human eye or not. And it will be another video about the high key and low key pictures, like even in portraits, there are high key portraits and low key portraits. And I will make another video about that, because that is also important, how you expose your picture and how you edit your picture. If the picture is brighter or if it's a little bit underexposed, it can be a different effect. It can give a different effect to your photos. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you don't understand something from rule of thirds, please leave a comment down below, and I will try to help you out with some more information. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share my videos. And other than that, I wish you a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.